It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
Death Stranding was a unique phenomenal game, which left players around the world wanting more. Thanks to its mysterious universe and overall story intrigue, a new approach in the gaming world which Hideo Kojima decided to embark us all on, and despite being different than other games, Death Stranding brought forth an experience unlike any other. Following statements by actor Norman Reedus that 3 games were being planned, Reedus further confirmed not long ago that development on the second one was already underway, and with Kojima Productions confirming they are working on multiple projects, it's highly possible that the announcement for Death Stranding 2 could be right around the corner. So in this video, we'll be talking about 10 things we personally think the sequel needs for it to succeed and improve on the original.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
Death Stranding's protagonist, Sam Porter Bridges, is undeniably an interesting character. The way the ending portrayed him in being the first ever Bridge baby, the son of Cliff Unger, and baby Sam's survival being the cause of what disturbed the Death Stranding was without a doubt all amazing storytelling. But what's also very intriguing is Sam's backstory growing up, which wasn't really featured as part of the main storyline, leading many fans to miss certain important details, including the death of his wife, Lucy, who committed suicide whilst being pregnant with Sam's child, triggering a void out that obliterated an entire town, with Sam being the only survivor. Most of what we hear about Sam's wife is based on her diary or reports. Death Stranding 2 has the perfect opportunity to delve further into Sam's past, expanding on his tragic backstory with his wife Lucy, perhaps by showing us this event in the form of a flashback of some kind. Especially now that the storyline will potentially be featuring Sam's Bridge baby, Lou, who was named Lou for Sam's unborn child.
Louise.
Speaking of Lou, all those missions and deliveries in Death Stranding took us hours of traveling, and we honestly think we've spent a little too much time with Sam Porter Bridges by this point, so a new protagonist could very well change the pace of the franchise, introducing a fresh take for this sequel. Maybe a grown-up Lou who could, perhaps be portrayed by Kojima's recent chosen actress, Elle Fanning. That would be awesome.
You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
Anyone who is used to Hideo Kojima knows this particular line means we'll be going to the moon sooner or later. It's something Hideo had been teasing throughout the development of Death Stranding, and a place which he also might have already shown with the introduction of his Ludens character, as part of the logo movie for Kojima Productions. Now, Kojima denied that Ludens was going to be featured in Death Stranding, but technically that by itself is already untrue, since in one of the flashbacks, Cliff gives baby Sam a Ludens keychain, referring to it as an astronaut, as he talks to him about space. There's also a Ludens Nandoroid Jumbo figure in Hartman's room, so Ludens as a character does exist in Death Stranding's universe in some shape or form. Not to mention there should be at least 3 Death Stranding games, so there's still time, guys. So yeah, more space elements for the next Death Stranding, and Ludens, we're still waiting. One of Death Stranding's highlights was the addition of iconic songs that played at specific moments during gameplay. Songs from renowned names such as the fan favorite L'Aurore, who always gave an impeccable performance with their lead singer, the late Ryan Carazia, who we were very saddened to hear of his unfortunate passing not long ago. All these songs gave the game a much deeper feeling and played at the exact time when we needed them the most. And while these songs were triggered progressively, Fans would have loved to have a music player of sorts that would allow them to play these songs whenever they liked during the game. Music playing is a feature which both MGS4 and MGS5 had, so it's definitely not something new for Kojima. And we can see why he wouldn't want us to have this feature, since it would spoil the concept of songs being triggered at specific moments. Having said that, a music player for Death Stranding's sequel could certainly make the game's long traveling even more exciting. The concept behind the frozen space levels was astonishing, and each of those sequences were vital to the game's overall level of mystery. What we'd like to see are more of these kind of levels, and perhaps an even greater focus around them as part of the main storyline.
I got caught in the storm and I was in a war zone.
You been daydreaming, Sam? Comms were only down for a second.
No, it was much longer than that.
Were we experiencing symptoms of a black hole? These particular moments brought an interesting change of pace to the game, and if the sequel had to bring us more of these intriguing levels, along with an even deeper background about their origin, it would be the perfect icing on the cake. Upon its release, Death Stranding was criticized for having plenty of walking, but not enough gunplay when compared to games like Metal Gear Solid. This was partially fixed with the director's cut of Death Stranding, which features slightly more shooting levels, as well as Death Stranding's very own VR training, which allowed us to use an entire armory of weapons. What we believe the sequel needs are more levels of this kind, especially indoor shootouts, which the original somewhat lacked. Levels that could turn out similar to this awesome scene in the original Death Stranding, with Cliff attempting to escape the bridge's facility with his son.
Back off!
So, no BTs, no void outs, no bullshit. Just a good old-fashioned boss fight.
Boss fights are something Hideo Kojima is renowned for, yet since MGS4, we haven't seen very much in terms of a group of villains in any of Kojima's games, and that includes Death Stranding. Apart from the BT monsters we get to battle throughout the game, the only actual bosses we had were pretty much Higgs and Cliff. Sure, they had very cool boss fights, but we believe that if the game had a larger variety of villains, Death Stranding's story could be better fleshed out. Very much like the first 4 Metal Gear Solid games, which all had an unforgettable cast of villains that were scattered throughout different parts of the game.
There's no repatriation here, no. One of us dies, that's it. He goes to the other side. It's nice, huh? Lucky loser gets to put an end to this rinse and repeat bullshit once and for all.
Higgs Monaghan was a great addition to Death Stranding, and him surviving at the end of the game certainly means we might be seeing more of him in the future. This character claims to have a vast knowledge of the world of Death Stranding, and the game also hinted he might be a repatriate, like Sam. His return in a sequel and perhaps more knowledge of his backstory and how he obtained his abilities would be something we'd be interested in seeing in a Death Stranding sequel.
Sam, you bring people together. You're their bridge to the future.
One of Death Stranding's innovative concepts was the multiplayer element, which had other players as other versions of Sam Porter bridges help each other across what could be parallel dimensions. Even though these were considered fun multiplayer features by many, everything Kojima implements in his games has a reason, and these online features had a crucial part in the game's overall gameplay, yet we were never told how and why this was even happening. If you remember from our past analysis videos, Sam's dog tags had equations that hinted to alternate dimensions, so we think a Death Stranding sequel should tell us more about these kind of interactions with other Sams around the universe. Adding even more direct collaborations through the implied parallel dimensions could also be very cool to experience.
The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction. Come on.
Hartman tells us there have been at least 5 previous Death Strandings in the world, with all of them corresponding to the 5 largest mass extinction events on the planet. It is believed that each of those Death Strandings had their own extinction entities, yet very little is known about those past events. A deeper origin story, as well as a better look at some of those past extinctions, could shed more light on the world's past and how it was devastatingly affected by these mysterious entities through the years. Having said that, what do you think a Death Stranding sequel needs for it to improve on the original? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We hope you enjoyed this video, and for all things Death Stranding and Hideo Kojima, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll be sure to return the favor with content you won't find anywhere else. Thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, PythonSelkan out.